This podcast is sponsored by NLB Corporation. Water blasting with automated tube lancers is the fastest way to clean tube bundles. NLB's ATL 5022 cleans 5 tubes at once, virtually eliminating downtime while reducing operating costs. See how at nlbcorp.com/podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ethanol Producer Magazine podcast. I'm your host, Anna Simet, and we are here live at the International Fuel Ethanol Workshop. My guest on this episode is Pedro Pena, and he is with CTE Global. Welcome, Pedro.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so glad to have you. I think let's start by having you tell us a little bit about CTE Global.
Sure. So CTE Global, if I had to maybe put it in a couple sentences, I think we're all about our customers, right? I think that drives everything that we do. We've been very fortunate and we're very thankful for all the relationships we've had over the years. That's led to a lot of growth in our company, a lot of innovation, because having those close relationships, we've been able to really understand what our customers need. And obviously, the better you understand that, the more you can innovate to meet those needs and drive the industry forward. So again, couldn't be more thankful for our customers and all the close relationships in the industry. So again, it's a fun ride. Tonight we have our thank you party for all our customers, and it's usually a blast. Everyone celebrates kind of having a good year and celebrate the FEW and all the good things that are happening with ethanol. So it's a good time.
Absolutely. And just for our listeners who don't know, what exactly do you guys do?
We're driving the biotechnology involved in ethanol production. So anything from enzyme to biofuel, and that really captures the main part of it, but we're so much more than that. Anytime we're working with enzymes or with yeast, it's about how you apply it. It's about how it works at the plant. So our customer service, our operational support, and you'll kind of see we'll have those common themes, right? The innovation in the products, the operational support, the technical service, and also the other part of that too is education. Working with our customers, doing training to make sure that the plants that we're working with are pretty well informed about how to make things, at least related to our products and plant operations in general. How to have success, right? And so those, I would say, and you will see kind of common themes are the 4 pillars. So again, innovation, and having that technical service, the operational support, and also that training and education to make sure that we're all on the same page, going after the same goals.
Got it. Okay. So let's talk about your technology center. What role does it play in your guys' success?
Yeah, Technology Center, that's my baby. That's where I'm at. We're located in Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
That's where I'm from.
There you go. See? We got a lot of connections to BBI in the Minneapolis Center, Minneapolis in that area, right? But yeah, our goal, and again, kind of going through the 4 pillars, is innovation. So that's the first thing at our tech center is breaking things down. So like I said before, working with the enzymes, working with the yeast, breaking things down in a way that we leave no stone unturned in our understanding of our products and understanding of what our customers want. So that's what the main thing we do at our tech center. Another aspect of it is technical support. So doing a lot of analytical testing for our customers, looking at anything from what are the components in residual starch, what starch solubility, how much trehalose are we leaving behind in fermentation, and not to get too technical, but in essence, really breaking that down and giving that back to our tech team and giving that back to our customer and showing them the opportunities to improve. These are some tests that they're not doing in their own labs or sending to third-party labs. So there might be a little bit of, sometimes, right, there might be a blind spot that we might be able to uncover and by uncovering that, we can address it and improve performance. The other side of that is our interaction with our operations team, with our tech team, and that's a nice thing about being a close-knit, tight-knit group. Our tech center, I mean, we're just an extension of the field team. Even though, yes, we're located in Minneapolis and St. Paul, we're an extension of that field team that's out there working on the tech service, working on the operational support. And by having all of this knowledge base that we're generating, is we're building these huge databases trying to understand what works, what doesn't work, by doing all of this testing and at our tech center. And that's available to them. That's available to my team. And we take that information, we leverage that to make positive change at the plant. And our customers really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, I definitely can imagine. So how do you see CTE Global's role in low carbon fuels?
Yeah, it's a great question. First off, we're really excited to see the growth in the low carbon markets. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're seeing, California, Oregon, Washington, other states coming on board, including potentially our home state, Minnesota,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
And who knows? Maybe we'll have a national clean fuel program at some point as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of exciting things going on. We also have, RFA plants pledged net zero by 2050. I think that's an exciting goal, and it should motivate all of us because it is going to take a lot of teamwork as an industry for us to accomplish that. And I think that's going to be the fun part, right? It's a beautiful thing for all of these innovations to come together and make this a reality. But kind of getting into our role, CTE Global. So the way that I look at it, we're trying to make as much biofuel as possible from every pound of carbon that goes into the plant, as efficiently as possible. Whether that's on the starch ethanol side, or whether that's on the fiber side, we can get a little bit into that. We've done a lot of work on the fiber side, or whether that's distillers corn oil for biodiesel, renewable diesel. Trying to get as much biofuel as we can from every carbon pound that goes into that plant. Getting a little bit on the fiber side, we've done a lot of work with our cellulases and hemicellulases, breaking up that fiber, opening up that cellulose so we can convert that to glucose and then to ethanol. We have a lot of our customers that have been able to take advantage of that technology and are contributing to these low carbon markets. And it's a huge opportunity. We're looking at, if you look at carbs data, 70 to 80% reduction in carbon intensity relative to gasoline using the corn kernel fiber ethanol. And that's fiber, but we can't forget about the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
We got the starch conversion. We want to do that as efficiently as possible. That's not to be overlooked either. If we look at Argonne's National Lab, the DOE's Argonne's National Lab, I mean, that's estimated at 46% greenhouse gas reductions relative to gasoline. So we got to do well on both ends. And thankfully, we've had some pretty good success with that and continue to learn more. Another part of our role that we feel is on the operational support side. One of the things that happens when we use the fiber converting enzymes, there are some effects downstream where the syrup viscosity will increase, and we have to manage that, right? And our tech team, operational supports team, they have learned techniques and processes that will help mitigate that. So then to make that process a real possibility for most ethanol plants. And then there's the education piece where, everyone has to understand it's a new world, right? And the plant's going to run a little bit differently, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can manage it, we can optimize it, and we can make things work.
Great answer. So let's jump to the FEW. What is CTE showcasing this year?
Yeah, one of our biggest focus this year is a CTE Complete. So this is our new initiative to almost formalize and be more mindful of what we offer as a company. Um, like I said before, the four pillars: the innovation, the technical service, the operational support, the education piece, and formalizing that in a way that we're making a commitment to our customers that enter into this program. That, hey, you know what? We're going to put a little bit higher sense of urgency on this, and we're going to help you this way or that way, right? And to kind of take you through maybe the four pillars. So on the innovation side, working with rolling out our latest technology at our CTE complete customers. They get to have an early look at the technology and take advantage of that. Um, on the technical service and operational side, more hands-on in terms of data analysis, recommending changes to the plant to optimize the plant from the technical side, from the operational sides, doing audits, literally going through the plant. And our team is it's pretty young, but we've built over the last couple of years. By young, I mean it started about last year, 2 years ago now, and we're still building it, but it's growing very fast, and we have some very experienced plant managers, or former plant managers, former operations managers. So guys that have been in the plant dealing with all the issues that our customers deal with, right? And sometimes it just helps to have an extra set of eyes, right? Let me walk through, let me see what I can find. And we had one plant that ran a corn oil audit, and we found multiple opportunities for improvement in their process. And before you know it, 3 months later, 6 months later, we have 20-30% improvement in corn oil recovery.
Wow.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
And that's all just operations. Of course, the marrying the two, right? The enzyme conversion with the mechanical parameters to make sure that we're getting as much as we can, and kind of marrying those two together. It's a recipe for success for us. It's worked really well, and our customers have really taken advantage and appreciated that. The last thing I'll add on the CTE Complete, because I just said technical service, operational support, innovation, education piece. So we're also rolling out our Bioprocess Academy. So this is a way for us to give back and work with the operators, work with the lab managers, everyone at the plant that's interested. And we go through several modules where we're going from front end to back end, looking at the plant operations and just basically training. And there's a classroom component. Then we go into the plant and we actually we touch, we're turning valves. Basically a classroom with hands-on, and then we do a check, right? Let's have a quiz, make sure everyone was involved and paying attention, right? And it's worked out pretty well, and our customers really appreciate that, especially when we're in such a tight job market. We want to have retention. We want our workforce to be knowledgeable, and I think it's working out pretty well for us, and our customers are really appreciating that.
That's great to hear. Well, I'm at the end of my questions. Pedro, is there anything that you want to add before we wrap it up?
Sure. I guess I'll finish up with saying, hey, we look forward to continuing to work with our customers and new customers. I think you'll find that CTE Global is a very committed company, and we have the innovations to support the next generation of biofuel production. And we really just look forward to the opportunities and look forward to contributing to all the exciting things that are going on in the world of ethanol and low carbon fuels and all the excitement in the energy sector. And I think that we have an opportunity as a group, everyone here today, everyone here this week, to do something really special for the industry and really for the world. So
right, I agree.
Looking forward to it.
Well, thank you so much for coming to the FEW, for your support. We sure appreciate it. And thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Anna. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to next time. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this podcast.
This podcast is sponsored by NLB Corporation. Water blasting with automated tube lancers is the fastest way to clean tube bundles. NLB's ATL 5022 cleans 5 tubes at once, virtually eliminating downtime while reducing operating costs. See how at nlbcorp.com/podcast.